Hello and Jai Hind बच्चों. Today we are going to discuss our next topic, that is what types of plans. Already we had discussed features, importance, limitation, planning process, which one is very important, and now types of plan. Generally case studies are coming from this particular topic, types of plan. Plans are what we think in advance, what to do, how to do, and that is also certain types. So the first one is what very simple is single use and standing plan. So by name itself you can understand the word single use and standing plan. Single use, which will be used for one time, and a standing plan which will be used on the repeated basis. For what we are making single use plan, suppose any specific target is there, any one time event is there, okay? So any specific target, any one time event, any particular work is there, any particular project is there. So for that, whatever the plan we are making, that is what considered as a single use plan, okay? For example, suppose a school function is there. So for that particular school function, whatever the plan made, that is considered as a single use plan, because that plan will be implemented and that plan will be worked for a particular event only. Non-recurring situation. Non-recurring situation means that situation will be not repeated again and again. You will say, sir, annual function is coming every year in the school, but if you analyze deeply, that school function is coming with different programs, with different themes every year. So every year you have to change the plan differently. And you tell me that if the school organization will arrange the same program with the same person, same theme is there, then is the school function will be successful? No, nobody will interest. That's why that type of plans are non-recurring nature. Again and again we have to present a different plan as per situation, as per need. So what is single use plan? In one time, single use plan is the one time use plan. It is for non-recurring situations, and single use plans are differently for a specific project, for specific events. Okay, bacha? So next is what? Next is our standing plan. So let's proceed for the same. Standing plan is what? Standing plan is a long-term plan. It is not for a specific task. It is not for a specific period. It is for a long time period. Okay, and generally it is meant for that particular events, that particular situation, which is on the recurring basis, which is on a repeated basis. Okay, next one is like suppose organization objective is there. Organization objective will be not achieved immediately. Objective is big, so a standing plan is made for that. Like 10% profit growth. Up 10% profit growth, for making that 10% profit growth, we have to make another so many plans, and that will be not achieved in a day. It will take some time and it will a long time procedure. That's why we make it the standing plan for a long term time. So beta, what is the difference between both? What is the difference between single plan and standing plan? It is for a short time period. It is for a short time period, and it is for a long time period. Generally what happens generally is that whatever the short time period plan is there, that is generally on non-recurring business, non-recurring nature. And standing plans are on the basis of recurring nature. non-recurring nature and recurring nature, means repeated basis and non-repeated basis. So this is number 1 and this is number 2. Number 3, remember this, in single use plan, then it is meant for what? It is meant for a specific project, a specific work, like budget is there. Okay, example you can give, budget. A budget is what? Budget will be changed every year. Every year the budget will different. So it is for a specific period time, 1 year. So for that we will make the single use plan. Okay, and standing plan is what? Like objective. A objective will be a long time procedure. So it will be made for a standing. It will, for that standing plan will made. Okay. Now we will proceed some important line of single use plan and standing plan from NCERT. So beta, remember this line, one time event. One time event. So if it is a types of plan, it is asked that one time event is, for one time event what plan can be? So for one time event it can be single use plan. Non-recurring situations. Okay, non-recurring situations. And the most important, in the single use plan, who is responsible for that particular plan is already mentioned. So it includes the name of employee who are responsible for doing the work. So please write down these 3 lines in your notes when we are writing down single use plan. So single use plan, acha, how we will write down the notes? It's very simple. Don't write down the whole paragraph. Understand this, keep it in your mind, write down the short notes. Single use plan is equal to one time event, non-recurring natures, and the person who is responsible for that particular plan, that name will be mentioned. It is for a specific project, and example you can say budget. Now, what is a standing plan? So a standing plan is occurs regularly over a period of time. Every time you will have to set objective and all that, and it is designed for objective, strategy, policy, procedures, methods, rules, program, and budget. Up, sir, budget is a standing plan. It is there in the single use plan also. So basically budget is known as single use plan. Okay, basically budget is known as single use plan, but budget concept, some budget policies are there, that comes in a standing plan. So if somebody asks you that budget is single use plan or standing plan, then simple answer will be single use plan. But if it is asked that budget policies, fixed policies are, it is standing plan. Okay, now we will go for the types of plan in detail. Acha, we will do what? We will not learn each and everything. We will not learn because you can see this whole paragraph, this whole paragraph. It is there. Okay, so is it necessary to remember all this? No. BST is a smart theory. We have to study, we have to learn, and we have to write all 3 very smartly. Okay, this is the difference between the normal theory and the business studies theory. So what we have to learn, what we have to remember, the keywords. A bit of keywords are very important for solving the case study. So objective is what? Objective, first keyword is target, aim, okay, standards. These 3 things: target, aim, and standards. So if in the particular case study any particular target is there, like 10% profit growth, it is what? Target. So it is what? Objective. Okay, this business aim is to increase the sale by 5% at the end of year. Business aim is to increase 5% profit at the end of year. It is what? Aim, target. So that will be objective. Acha, objectives are 2 types of objective. One is the overall organization objective, One is the overall organization objective and one is department or specific place objective. So always remember, overall organizational objectives are generally decided by top level management, and departmental or specific organizational objective can be defined by anyone. What is the meaning of anyone? It can be top level, it can be a middle level, it can be supervisory level. Okay. Acha. Targets are basically known as one more word, end result. What end result you have to achieve, that is your target. Okay. So certain keywords are there, like target is there, aim is there, strategy is there, end result you can say, end result is there. So when these contents are there, that is basically the objective plans. So how we can identify? Don't read this much paragraph. Paragraphs are there to guide you. But when you prepare the notes like this, that you just see a line and everything will be running in your mind. Okay. So prepare the notes like this, that the objective is equal to target, aim and standards, end results. Overall organizational objective generally based and prepared by top level. Sometimes departmental objective, specific target objective can be set by anyone. Like suppose production manager is there. Production manager achieve one objective for organization one, and production manager set a particular target for each and every unit, each and every group. That is the particular group objective, and every department will achieve their target. Automatically organization will also achieve the target. So this is what beta, this is the meaning of objective. I hope it is clear to you. Now the second one is what? Strategy. What we are generally making always. So strategy, what is what? Generally when strategy is coming in your mind, it is coming for making the plan to defeat someone, and exactly the meaning of strategy is this one only. Because strategy, generally this particular word is first time used in a army by army in a particular war. They make a particular plan to defeat the opposite one, and there the strategy word come. And generally strategy word is what? Strategy can be defined like that we are making a plan for what? For defeating the competitors. For example, suppose Pepsi and Coke is two competitive brands. Pepsi come in summer with an offer that if you will purchase our 2-liter bottle, 300 ml will be extra. And if Coke is also not giving this particular type of offer, definitely sale of Coke will decrease. Then now what Coke will do? Coke will also give a type of, just a minute. So the strategy is there. Strategy is very simple. Generally we are making always. Sometimes we are making always for the competitors. Sometimes we are making the strategy for the our particular problem, particular plans. Strategy is what? Strategy word derived from a army background. In a war, when the army persons are making some plan to defeat the other party, to defeat the other country soldiers. So this particular word come out strategy. And what is the strategy? General meaning is making the plan to defeat the competitors. Okay. So strategy, example, suppose you understand like this. So strategy is what beta? Strategy is suppose Pepsi and Coke is two competitive brands. Pepsi come with a offer in this particular summer. Ki bhai, if you purchase our 2-liter bottle, 300 ml will be free. Now if Coke will also not make any strategy, if Coke will also not make any competitive plan, then Coke's sale will decrease in the market. So now Coke also have to come a different. Either the Coke will also come with 300 ml plan, either the Coke will give that okay, if you purchase our 2-liter Coke bottle, then one aloo bhujia will free to you. Strategy. What your competitors are doing, keeping that point and making your plan is considered as a strategy. So for strategy, one word is there which is known as comprehensive plan. Okay, comprehensive plan means the plan what you are making by keeping the view of your competitors. Okay, beta. Now the comprehensive plan includes 3 dimensions also: determining the long-term objective, adopting a particular course of action, and allocating the resource necessary to achieve the objective. So strategy is helping in these 3 dimensions also. Okay, and whenever we are making a strategy, we have to always conscious about that what environment is going on. Like environment having internal factors also and external factors also. So what is the effect of external factors? External factors means what is the customer demand, political pressures, political influence, our competitors, what our competitors are doing, what is the economic condition. All that we have to keep in mind when we are making a strategy. So what is the strategy keyword? Strategy keyword is simple, comprehensive plan. But our next plan is what, beta? Policy. Policies are what? For understanding the policy, one word you understand and remember always the keyword for that is policies are general guidelines. You can say from NCERT it is general statement. What is the general statement? Because policies are regulations, policies are guidelines, what to do, not to do, but it is a general guidelines. So as per situation, as per need, from organization to organization, these can be changed. Okay. It is generally a usually it is a term which actually guide the management that what management have to do. But it is not necessary that management will follow strictly that. It can be changed. It can be changed as per the need situation. Okay. So you can say in a different word also that policies are what? Policies are general guidelines with general response, that if this particular problem will come, then what response can be come, what solutions can be. Okay, so that is a general guidelines which help the manager, which help the other to understand that this particular problem will come, this particular situation will come, then what to do. But it is not fixed. General guidelines are not fixed. It can be changed from person to person, it can be changed from organization to organization, it can be changed from place to place. I'm giving an example to you, you will understand better. Suppose one school is taking admission in class 11th at the minimum percentage of 90% in class 10th. But it is necessary that all the school will take at the 90% only? No. Other schools are taking at the percentage of 50% only. One school is just 10 pass, you come and take the admission. So every school have a different policies. Okay. So this can be changed. Suppose our school dress is different from the other school dress. One organization working hour is different from other organization working hour. So policies are what? Only the general guideline, general statement that in a particular situation how you have to react, what policies you can follow. So I think policy is clear to you. Now we will go for next, procedures. But procedures are predefined steps in sequence. So you can say it is the procedures are the routine steps, how to carry a particular activity in exact manner that is considered as procedure. So procedure can be defined as the word that what are the sequence, so procedures are the predefined sequence to work to complete a particular work. So when it is there, the chronological order, that is also considered as a procedure. So for doing a routine steps, what predefined sequence, what the person have to follow, that is considered as a procedures. Okay, अच्छा जी. Procedures are generally to enforce a policy. Procedures are generally to enforce what, beta? Policy. Or any policies are there, according to that policy, how the work will be done and what are the predefined sequence for doing the work, that is considered as a procedure. So procedure keyword is chronological order of doing the work. A predefined sequence of doing a task is considered as procedure. Okay. Okay, now method. Method is the next one. What is the meaning of method, beta? Simple. The way of doing the work. Method keyword is what, beta? Method keyword is way of doing the work. Way of doing the work. The way of doing the work will be considered as method. Okay, clear? So suppose we have to complete a task, and for completing that task a prescribed way is there. Already a way is explained that how to complete that task, that is considered as methods. Okay, so what are the procedures are there, that is what are the sequence are there, that is considered as a procedure, and according to that procedure what are the way for completing that task is considered as method. So I just revise all the things. Objectives are target, aim, and the standard end result, what you have to achieve. Second one is strategy. Plan for competitors. A comprehensive plan what we are making by keeping the competitors in a view is called strategies. Policies are simple general guidelines which tell us that what to do. And procedures are predefined sequence of completing any particular task. Predefined sequence, you can say chronological order. Okay, so that is what? That is your procedures. Next one is method. Method is what? Way of doing the task. By which way, by which methods you are completing the task, by which way you are completing the task. That what is the prescribed way for completing that task, that all is considered as method. And rule. Ab dekho beta, this is the basic difference between policy and rule. Policies are general response. Policies are general response, general guidelines. But rules are what? Rules are very simple, beta. Rules are your fixed guidelines. Rules are what? Rules are fixed guidelines for completing any task. Okay. Rules tell you what to do, what not to do. Okay. Rules are telling you what to do, what you don't have to do. Like suppose there's a rule that in our factory no smoking zone. Okay. So in our factory smoking is punishable act. It is what? It is a rule. It is for everyone. It will not change from person to person, organization to organization, place to place. We had discussed one example in policy that suppose one school is taking the admission at 90% and one school is taking the admission at 40%. That is their policy. But what is the rule in that? Every school have to take the admission in class 11th when the students passed in class 10th. It is not something that the students is not passed in class 10th and you take the admission class 11th and enroll there. The rule are what? Rule are the fixed guidelines which tell us that what to do, what not to do. And this fixed guidelines cannot be changed. That fixed guidelines not having any flexibility. Okay. So this is what, beta, this is all about the rule. Program is actually the combination of all. Program is a combination of all. It is an outline. It is outline of what? That outline which include your objective also, policies also, what are the procedures, rules, what are the methods for completing a task, how much budget will be there, all things included and considered as a program. So program is totally defined outlines, okay, how the things will complete task. And budget. So program is combination of all. When everything is present, that will be considered as a program. And next one is your budget. Beta, budget is what? Budget is simple. It is a numerical plan. When the plans are explained in words, it can be method, it can be policy, it can be anything. But when plans are explained in the terms of numbers, then it will be considered as a budget. For example, like suppose our this year revenue is 5 lakh rupees, expenses are 3 lakh rupees. Now how we will decide in this coming year, we think in advance that how much revenue will generate and how we will do the expense from that generated revenue, where we have to cut the expense, where we have to increase the revenue. All that will be considered as a budget. So a simple things, numerical terms plan will be considered as a budget one. Okay beta. So what thing is there? These all are the types of plan. So if you have any confusion in any particular plan, please tell me. And one thing very important, I request you all that you don't read the whole paragraph, you don't learn the whole paragraph, but you please learn the keywords. Okay, the keywords I had written, each and every particular plan's keyword, and that keyword will actually help you to solve the questions, to solve the case study. We will solve the case study in the next 2 classes related with this particular chapter. Procedure, rule, program, method, budget. Every particular heading have some key words. Okay, now apart of this, now we will discuss something very important, the difference between plans. Sometimes the difference between plan also asked. So what are the different plan which you have to understand, that I'm telling you. Just a minute. Okay, I got it. The first one is difference between budget and procedure. The first one is difference between budget and procedure. Okay. So beta, budget is what? Budget is a numerical plan. You write down the notes also. Budget, because it is not given. So it is not given in NCERT, so you just write down, it will help you. Budget is what? Budget is the numerical plan, and procedures are the predefined sequence for doing a task. Okay. Second one, budget plan is enjoying the flexibility. Okay, so flexibility is there in budget, but in procedure already we are knowing it is a predefined sequence, so very much less flexibility is there. You can say no flexibility or very less flexibility. And third one is beta, that our budgets are generally prepared by higher level, and procedures are generally prepared and prevalent to the lower level. Okay, so this is a 3 point what you have to remember. Difference between budget and procedure. Difference between budget and procedure is that procedures are numerical plan and it is predefined sequence for doing a task. Budget are flexible because it can be changed, and procedures are predefined sequence, so it is very difficult to change. And budgets are generally it is prevalent to the higher level, and procedures are generally prevalent to the lower level. Similarly, we will discuss one more is there, just to give me a minute. Okay, so next one what we have is difference between standing plan and single use plan. Difference between standing plan and single use plan. So standing plan is for long-term objective, long-term, and single use plan is for short-term. Second one beta, ठीक है, that's standing plan having a very what you can say wide scope, because it will cover the whole organization things, whole department things, and single use plan is for a specific task for a specific period of time, so it will having the narrow scope. And third one beta, third one is very simple, that standing plans are on the basis of repetitive nature, and single use plan are generally on non-repetitive, because it is for a particular task, it is for a particular function. And number four is what you can give the example, that the standing plan is generally the policy, procedures, and single use plans can be defined as a short-term objective, budget is there. Okay, so this is the difference between single use plan and standing plan. So I hope this is also clear to you. You remember this, you prepare the notes for the same, and you remember this. Now next one is what beta, the difference between rules and policy. That is also very important. The rule is very simple. A rule is what? Rule number one difference is that rules are the fixed guidelines. Rules are fixed guidelines, and policies are what? Policies are general guidelines. It means rules will not change in situation in any particular things for person to person, but policies can be changed as per the situation, as per the need, as per the organization. Okay, so this is the first difference. Second difference, that rules are actually guiding the behavior and it is guiding what beta? Discipline. And policies are just ensuring you that if any particular situation is there, so what response can be. So policies are helping us, you can write down guiding us for taking the decision, for taking the decisions. Okay, number three is what? That policies are basically policies are based on objective, and rules are basically based on policy and procedure. ठीक है? So policy and procedures, rules are based on policy and procedure, and policies are based on what beta? Policies are based on objective. Okay, so according to the objective we are creating our policy. Our objective can be differ from one organization to other organization, from one situation to other situation. That's why policies are also differ from one situation to other situations. And when we come to rule is basically depend on policies and procedures, and rules are specifying that in the policy this thing is mentioned, in the procedure this thing is mentioned, that you have to follow this one only, and that is fixed. So basically when it is there to write down the differences between rules and policies, then we will write down the answers like this. So now summary is very simple beta, that we have to learn these differences also. The difference between standing plan and single use plan, the difference between rules and policies, and the difference between budget and methods. So generally we have to prepare these differences. Now come to the main topic. Okay, so here this particular chapter is over. We will discuss the case study, MCQ related with this particular chapter. Okay, so in today's topic we covered that single use plan and a standing plan. I hope it is clear to you. We covered the different type of plans: objective, strategy, policy, methods, procedures, program. Program is what, beta? Combination of all. If we have an outline which contain the objective, methods, rules, policies, budget, everything, that is considered as a program. So we covered this one also, and we had discussed what, beta? We had discussed the difference between standing plan and single use plan, and we had discussed the difference between rules and policy, and at the same time we had discussed the difference between budget and procedures. Procedures are predefined sequence of doing a task is known as procedure. So this much for today, beta. I hope this all will be clear to you. If any problem is there, you just ask the question. I will give the answer. I will make it clear to you. And from tomorrow onwards, we will solve the MCQ and case study. So one simple request is there, that before I go for MCQ and case study, you please go and prepare each and every particular point from this chapter. Learn each and every keywords, like whatever the features of planning is there, what features, keywords is there, already we discussed, what are the importance, what keywords for importance is there, what are the limitations are there. Okay, all that you prepare, and from tomorrow onwards we will solve the planning MCQs.